Curious George, Boxcar Derby, and if you'd like to buy this book, check in the link description down below. George loved cars. He loved riding in cars, washing cars, and playing with toy cars, too. George and Allie liked to race them on his toy racetrack. They were outside playing when Bill rode by on his bicycle. "If you like cars, you should come watch me race today on Boysenberry Hill," Bill said. He showed the man with the yellow hat a newspaper ad about the boxcar nearby. Boxcar Derby that afternoon. George was curious. The man spotted Bill's boxcar next door. "Wow, Bill, did you build that all on your own?" "I sure did, all by myself," said Bill. That gave George and Allie an idea. "You kids want to enter the derby?" the man asked. "Of course I did. I could help you build your car," he offered. "Sorry, but that's against the rules," Bill interrupted. "Racers have to build their own cars." Bill gave Allie and George the rule book. It included everything they needed to know about Derby and building their very own boxcar. "The race starts that afternoon at 2 o'clock sharp," Bill told them. "You two better get to work," the man said. "Feel free to borrow anything you see around the house and good luck." George and Allie looked at the rule book. Luckily, it had lots of pictures. The first thing they would need is the parts to sit in, the body, plus a steering wheel, wheels and a brake. Now it was time to look around for car parts. George borrowed the man's blue wagon. They could use that to carry the parts. They would have to hurry. The race was starting in 2 hours. George and Allie walked past the Quint's house. Mrs. Quint was outside planting. "We're building a boxcar to enter in the derby," Allie told her. "Well, help yourself to anything you might see in my yard," Mrs. Quint said before going inside. When George and Allie saw the old kayak in her yard, they had the same idea. It would be perfect for the body of their car. "It already has 2 seats in it too. One for you and one for me," said Allie. Their next stop was Grandpa Renkins' barn. It was filled with all kinds of old parts they could use, especially wheels. George found 4 that matched and nailed them to the kayak. They were ready to roll. But something wasn't right. The wheels didn't roll. George remembered the picture in the book. Wheels turn on an axle, a rod that goes through the center of the wheel so it can spin. The wagon's wheels were on axles. George and Allie nailed the kayak onto the wagon. They also used the wagon handle as a steering wheel. The car was almost ready. They just needed to find one more part, a brake. Grandpa Renkins rolled up in his buggy. "Hey kids, the race starts in 10 minutes. Are you ready?" "Oh no," cried Allie. "We're still missing a part." "Borrow anything you need," Mr. Renkins said and parked his buggy. "Oops, almost forgot to put my brake on," he added. Did he say brake? George and Allie took the brake off Mr. Renkins' buggy and put it on their car. It was finally finished. They were going to make it just in time for the race. "Hey, you made it," said Bill, as they were pulling up to the start line of the race. The brake worked perfectly. Without a second to spare, Mr. Quint waved the flag and yelled, "On your mark, get set, go!" They were off. George and Allie were neck and neck with Bill. It was a very close race. George and Allie leaned forward and took the lead. That is, until Mr. Renkins' buggy came racing down the hill. "Hey, what happened to my brake?" Mr. Renkins shouted. He chased after his buggy as it zoomed past George and Allie. Mr. Renkins jumped onto the buggy just in time to cross the finish line in first place. George and Allie were runners-up, but with such a great box cart, they felt like winners too. The end.